About a 30-minute opening screen, right? How we doing? Um, we're gonna keep things a little short today. So we're 11 days out from the trade deadline, and as we look at our team, we are right now. We just finished the All-Star break. I think we got all but we got all but one player signed so far. So we'll look at that. Let's look at our current team and let's look at the trading block as we head. Look at our lineup. So right now, what we're doing is, if you look at our numbers, we have clear holes in center field, but we can't do a whole lot there. Buxton is inching closer to replacement level. And then then outside of that, it's like, I don't think we're going to upgrade shortstop because Brooksley's doing an admirable job right now at the shortstop position. He's played 42 games, and while he's not doing great, he hasn't made any errors. 295 innings at shortstop. So, but his zone rating's a little on the lower side. And his offense, while not good, is okay against righties. So that's really what I'm concerned with. So, and he provides enough value on defense at the shortstop position where he's an asset. So pitching, we're actually okay pitching wise. We made a trade for Emmett Sheehan, but he has been pretty bad for us in 3 starts. He's had a pretty couple good outings, but but he had one bad start. His first start for us, he gave up 5 runs. So looks like he's figuring that out, which is fine. We don't have time to figure things out. Really, what the interesting is, we got to sim probably this week to see how we're looking. There's no use in, I think getting Emmett Sheehan wasn't a big buy for us necessarily. But we did need to upgrade our rotation. As you can see, it's pretty much King and Bradley and pray for rain for the most part. Our bullpen's been great except for McAble, but we get in 23 innings. He's given up 4 home runs, so quicker we can get him out of there. In our minor leagues, our injury list, couple developments before the All-Star break. We did lose Clayton Beater for the balance of the season. So that's going to hurt our bullpen. And then Walker Jenkins was out for 5 weeks. I think he got injured. He got injured 4 days ago. So he got injured right at the All-Star break. Kreidler got injured a month ago. Clayton Beater got injured on the 15th. So we lost Jenkins and Beater on the same day. Matt Canarino, been not great, but so I want to look at our, first off, how can we upgrade? Can we bring anybody up from AAA who could help us? Clearly, no. Pitching wise, no. Player wise, Christian Campbell could come up at some point. Just for offense, we could bring him up. Especially if Kalen Culpepper continues to be terrible. He's in 188, OPS is 64. If we sell, I'll probably bring up Campbell. As we can see, his major league stats are bad. He's actually better against righties, which isn't saying a whole lot. 37 plus 5 for 37. So as we look at our lineup against lefties, I think if we're going to contend, we've got to get Kellen Culpepper off of third base. So I think the need here is for a right-handed hitting infield bat who can play second, third, or short. So, because if he can play second, we can move Lewis to third, where he's competent, but he doesn't have a great throwing arm. He can play short. Well, we just moved Brooks Lee to the super utility role, and then third will replace obviously Kalen Culpepper. So, I think that's a move that we could make. Pitching wise, honestly, we could probably just make a move in the minor leagues. We do have Grant Holmes, Cody Funderburk, Hunter Patterson, all in AAA. John Klein in AAA with big league experience. So we've got guys, older guys in our system, who we could bring up to see if maybe they can. A new change of scenery will help them. So let's look at the trading block real fast and see if there's any infielders Yandy Diaz can play first, and that's about it. Right-handed hitting bat. They're both lefties. Willie Castro of Colorado is a switch hitter who does make $6.4 million and gives us some positional flexibility as a second baseman. Now, he's been okay, but let's look at his splits. He's been terrible against lefties, so maybe that's not the best idea. Jonathan India can play second. Right-handed bat can hit a little bit. Look at his splits. Abysmal against lefties. Ty France in Pittsburgh, also a free agent after next year, but he has low baseball IQ. Miguel Rojas is a defensive guy. But if he can hit a little bit, the literal definition of a little bit, 215 against lefties, 44 OPS. Christian Walker is a first baseman. Pretty good one, actually. Lucan Baker, power bat, first baseman, no. Trevor Story kind of fits what we're looking for, but he's been abysmal. Yeah. Jose Caballero can't hit. Though ironically enough, he's put up decent numbers. He's got a good eye. Reverse splits, but has a little bit of power against lefties. But my concern is his ratings. Abraham Toro. Not really looking for baseman. And none of these other guys are really going to be big league caliber players. So there's not really anybody on the market right now who gives me what I'm desiring. Now, what we could do, I'm going to see if we can initiate a trade. All we're doing is setting a market. Believe it or not, we're looking at big league caliber players. Xavier Edwards is kind of what I'm looking for here. He's not going to hit for much power, but what are his splits? Yeah. He might be attainable. Xavier Edwards, so we're going to... We already have a high scouting, so running another report on him isn't going to do much. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Texas. You think they... Well, Sebastian Walcott's not a big... He's not ready for the big... He's actually more of a prospect. Cameron Cawley. Not much. Cody Smith. He's got a good attribute. Okay. All right. I want to see something real quick. Ooh. So I'd have to give up someone of value to start. I don't think. Yeah. Jason Hill would probably be the most likely give up there. Or even someone like Gustavo Melendez. Is there anybody here who's like... Yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll rethink that. There's not really a trade option there that I like. Well, yeah, okay. All right. I think we should sim the week. See how we do. All right, we do have a trade proposal. Jose Caballero, who is a right-handed bat. We looked at him earlier. He's playing well for the Yankees this year, but he's only had 80 plate appearances, and I don't like his... Oh. And they want Juan Holman, who I would give up in this instance, but Jose Caballero is 30 under team control. No. Okay, so Newman accepted the offer, rookie league. See how he does in A ball. Okay, he's not ready for A ball either. Okay. He's not even really even ready for rookie ball. Here. Okay. Okay, so we made it to next Monday. It looks like we came out of the All-Star break strong with a 2-1 record. Or three out of whatever. Three out of four. Whatever. As we look at Deron Johnson found a lever in Nicaragua, but he's not very good. Right now. Davalillo is hitting 314 with 19 home runs. He's got one more week, and he's going to AAA. He might be in the big leagues next year. Okay. Since we're going to wrap right into the trade deadline, let's take a look to see if the trade block has gotten any better. Our focus is on infield. Unfortunately, the options for us are pretty limited. Yeah. Our options are pretty limited. We could look at Xavier Edwards. If I want to part with a prospect, that might be the move I make actually. So, yeah, he's yeah, negative OPS plus. So after a pretty good June, he's fallen off. Oh. Yeah. I think if we want to contend, we do have to get the bat. All right. We did win 6-2, so we are getting kind of lucky. We are actually in the lead for the wild card, so selling's not going to be an option for us. So now we just got to think about where we can upgrade our team. And I think the easiest move is we've got to, and then maybe even getting a fourth outfielder, but I feel like we could probably just rotate people we already have, like Christian Campbell. Even maybe what about Tanner Schobel? Reliable second baseman, first baseman, third baseman. Let's make this move at least. Let's make this move. Merrick Houston's kind of struggling in AAA right now, but his defense is what's going to carry him. He was never known as a bat. We could also bring up Robert Hassel, but he's a lefty, and we really need a well, we really needed someone to replace. What's our lineup? Outfield lineup look like against lefties? Oh, Gonzalez isn't even playing. He's just a backup. So really, here we just need we probably need a glove more. Someone who can play multiple positions. He hasn't really even played, so right now he's probably just taking up a roster spot. Maybe Campbell would be the better player there. Because he can play first base. At a pretty elite level, mind you. And then who else? Henry Morales. You know, we could. You know what we might do? And I really didn't even consider this to be an option. I'm going to make this move, actually. We're going to make this move. We're going to send Kalen Culpepper down and probably shop him because I think it's kind of obvious to me that he's not going to be the guy for me. We're going to bring up Austin Martin, and we're going to make some lineup moves. So we're going to move Royce Lewis back to third, where he has some experience. He's a much better second baseman, obviously, but Austin Martin is a better second baseman than third. So we're going to put Austin Martin here. He's going to hit 9. We had him last year. He had a 298 on base. This probably should have been our move all along, but now we're going to bring Austin Martin up to play that role. And now what we can do is run Cody Clemens at third and Austin Martin as the second baseman here. Oh. Oh, Royce Lewis. And then the backup shortstop here kind of has to be Clemens by default, but Okay. We're DHing Suarez against lefties. Just get his bat in the lineup. Okay. So I think that would be the better move than giving up a prospect for Royce for Xavier Edwards. Now, if we were planning on getting Xavier Edwards for next year, what we could do, even if we wanted to extend our bench even more, is we could cut loose with Gabriel Gonzalez and run with 4 outfielders. Because if you look, Gabriel Gonzalez doesn't really play, so we could legitimately run with 4 outfielders and make the trade for Edwards and use Brooks Lee as a platoon bat, kind of a super platoon. And I think even Royce Edwards can play. Let's go back to the Braves. Xavier Edwards, I'm sorry. Yeah, he can kind of play center. He can play center field. Doesn't have the arm to play right. We are coming up on an ad break, but I'm gonna power through it. I still want to make this move because he's a second baseman, which means we can move Royce Lewis back to third, or we can trade Edwards in the offseason or teach him left field. But his lack of power would not make him a great left. He doesn't have the range to play short. We could teach him third base in the offseason so he could be a super platoon. So we have options if we want to pursue them. There we go. Y'all, I got to get my drops. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna take a very quick ad break, and then I'm gonna decide if I want to make this move for Xavier Edwards or not. I'm kind of leaning towards it because he'll deepen my bench. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'll see y'all soon. Well, if I hit the right button. Okay, I'm back. Or am I back? I might be back. Okay. Um. So we're looking at picking up Xavier Edwards from now the Braves. He used to play for the Marlins, where you're not getting an elite bat here. Um. So I think if I'm gonna see if they're traded, their trade demand has not come down at all. Um. I just think the price is a little too high for. I mean, Melendez would probably be the one I would move here, but like I don't think there's that much of a difference between an A-ball Melendez and Xavier Edwards. So I think I'm gonna hold off on that trade. We might just take it as they come to us. We might honestly stand pat on this trade deadline, which would be disappointing. Sure. I'm going to expand my trade needs, and I'm going to say infield, utility, right, majors, average, current ability, let's see what this gets us, and then we'll make another one. We'll make actually two of these. And see what we get. There. So we're going to expand our trade needs for this. But I feel like we've upgraded what we've needed to. I might, we can take a look at the block just for shits and giggles right now on the 27th. At bats in general, Yordan Alvarez, he would basically replace Xavier Edwards, but he can't play the outfield, which means he would have to DH and we'd have to move Wallner. It would cause a whole host of issues. Same with Marcelo Zuna. What about Giancarlo Stanton? I mean, he'd be a free agent after next year. He only makes $15 million, so he's on a good deal. He could also solve some of our. I think what we could do, even, is we could trade for someone like Giancarlo Stanton or. Well, he'd be a free agent. What if we Victor Robles? Huh. Let's see what it would take to get a Victor Robles. Oh, they might be trying to unload salary here. We could trade for Dante. We could just trade him for Dante Nori, who we picked up in the last offseason from Philly. who kind of profiles as a fourth outfielder, anyways. Hmm. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. I want to upgrade the outfield. I have Cody Clemens right now as my starting left fielder. That should not happen. Like he's doing okay, but he's more of a utility guy. He's a first baseman. He can't really play left. So but he's definitely a platoon guy, which could work. See. I'm gonna make this trade. So we're gonna trade for Victor Robles. He's a free agent after the season. So, and then what I'm gonna do is throw in. The money's not gonna be an issue. We got plenty of money. So we're gonna do. Not Shy Robinson. Hmm. Dang, I like both players. I like both players. Yeah. We'll throw in Robinson here. And now let's see if we can get some prospects. Actually, we could see if they have any relievers. Or prospect. Let's see if they got any prospects. Ooh. Okay. Didn't think. Nate Anderson. He's. Oh, well, no. I'm not going to trade anybody with those prospects. Lazaro. Okay. No. We don't know much about him, but see what it would take to get Mendez. Oh, well, they'll just throw him in. Okay, that's fine. I can throw him in. He looks pretty good. Um, what about a Michael Arroyo? We had him on our Marlins save. He did good at times. Thought I'd try. Hmm. All right, I'm just going to complete this trade. Now what we'll do is DFA or send Gabriel Gonzalez back to AAA, put Victor Robles on the roster. And now what that gives us is now we can put Robles in left. Buxton, Outman, Wallner. Now Cody Clemens can be the third baseman here and the backup left fielder. There we go. And then second base, I'll go with Austin Martin. And then shortstop will be... You know what? I think it has to be Austin Martin because he's got a little bit of shortstop training. Oh, this does hamper... Oh. So now what we can do here is we move Suarez back to third. Wallner back to DH. Can Robles play right? Yeah, he can play right. We'll move Robles to right. We could even move... We'll keep Outman in right. There. And that gives me the bench bat of... Oh. Suarez at third, Royce Lewis at second, and then Austin Martin can be the super utility there. And then we'll just put Cody Clemens here. So there you go. And we'll make Austin Martin our primary pinch hitter. So let's see how this impacts the lineup. Brooks Lee will hit ninth. Well, Brooks Lee will be... Yeah. Brooks Lee will hit ninth. Lewis 8. Keyshaw, Wallner, Dylan Cruz. Victor Robles won't be hitting fourth. Suarez will hit fourth. Royce Lewis will hit 5. Buxton will hit 7th. And then here, Keyshaw, Wallner. Lewis. Who hits third against lefties? Oh, it's Cruz. Yeah, we can't hit Outman third, I don't think, right? Yeah, he only has 8 home runs. He has a 140 ISO. So he's not going to give me enough power to hit third. Yeah, we'll have Lewis hit third against righties. Yeah. Have Outman hit fifth. How's he doing against righties this year? Fine. Yeah, that's a better move. Robles 6, Heineman 7th, Berkson 8, Brooksley 9th. Buxton 8th. Okay. All right. Let's see how we do in our first game with Victor Robles in our lineup. Hey, we win 7-3. Robles went 2 for 4 with an RBI. With a double. And Buxton hit his 15th home run. So, solid outing for Taj Bradley. Okay. We're 53-49. I think this is our best record of the year that we've had all year. Let's just go ahead and sim today as well. We do have a trade proposal from Colorado. Blaze Alexander, who's a third baseman. Pretty good one. Right-handed third baseman. 9 home runs, 220 in cores. That's probably not a good sign. He's under team control. I don't know if I'd want to bring him back. Oh, the A's also. Matt Festa for Santiago Rojas. Honestly, oh, never mind. Sorry, that's not a valid trade. I was going to say I might have actually done that trade. Yeah, I would have done that trade because that would have given me Festa for. Damn, I would have done that trade too because I'd have gotten Mick Abel out of my bullpen. I don't think the Emmett Sheehan experiment's going very well. He gave up 3 home runs in 3 1/3 innings. Is my park. My park doesn't favor hitters though. He's just bad. Okay. Okay. I'm liking this Rockies trade because Blaze Alexander is a really good defender. He's a better defender than Brooks Lee. And he's better against lefties. I mean, all he would do is displace Austin Martin. But why would I spend that? Yeah. Actually, he would be an upgrade over Martin. Let's see what we'd have to give up. Um, So they want Zebby Matthews, who is a pretty mediocre pitcher. He's our 5 starter, right? 16 starts, 85 innings, solid K to walk ratio. Let's look into this. We can explore this one. Obviously, I'm gonna look at prospects. Okay. Oh, Zach, who's got good attributes, but he's not really. He's just gonna be a body here. What about Victor Escobar? Ooh, good bat. Good bat. Not really what I'm looking for. Ismail. Ooh. Damn. Hmm. Ethan Holiday. Hmm. Honestly, I'm just gonna see if I can do it. Dang, they don't exactly have a. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this trade because Zebby Matthews has been our worst starter, and then we can slot, and then we can flip. We can make a move for a starter, and then we can move Sheehan down to the 5. I'm liking this. Um, what I'm looking for is players who have unique skills. Ooh, Mario Reyes. Hmm. AAA reliever, 3.38 ERA versus a rookie ball starter. That might be the best I can do here. Yeah, okay. No. Dean Vrest. High work ethic, low IQ. Okay. So if I want this trade, it would be this. Honestly, would I rather have Blaze Alexander or Austin Martin and Zebby Matthews? So this is an easy trade. Okay, so now what we can do is this, and now what I'll do is shop. I might see if there's even a market for Austin Martin. Oh, this is an easy one. I think I'm going to trade him straight up for Chris Bassett. Hmm. Yeah. Yep. Okay. This was pretty easy. So we're gonna make this trade: Austin Martin for Chris Bassett. We're heading back into the Brave system to raid their coffers. Um. This one may not be. Ooh, I like Eric Becker. Okay, this might be a take it or leave it sort of thing. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're gonna have to go down here into the farm system and see if there's. Oop, there's one right there. Donovan Akira. Hey, they'll take it. Don't mind that. They. Let's see. Well, I'm liking this. I'm getting getting a lot of high personality guys. Keon Johnson, or he's intriguing. Oddly enough, he was one of our yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I think he was a draft pick for us in our Cardinal save. And he didn't pan out in that one either. Except in that one, he was our first round pick, not our seventh round pick. See. Oh yeah. I'm kind of liking this, taking character guys here. They must really like Austin Martin. Or they must be really dying to get rid of I like his defense. Okay. I don't want him that much. Honestly, I will gladly give up there. How many more players? This is like. Okay, I'm gonna take this trade. This is a pretty big trade. This is a 12 player trade. Okay. Bassett will go into our rotation. And I don't think this is going to affect our lineup very much, right? Yeah, because Blaze Alexander will just be a defensive guy. So he'll play second. And short. Yeah. Okay. We got to fix our rotation too. Yeah, we're gonna do a little cheeky platoon, I think, at shortstop. There. Okay, yeah, he's got 93 OPS. So we made a couple moves there. We got to look into our rotation. Bassett goes here. And then I think for right now, we're going to move Emmett Sheehan into the 5 spot because he's kind of struggling a little bit, ADRA. So give him fewer starts. Bassett can go every day at 5, so. Okay. So I think we've made improvements. We've We improved our outfield. We got a better shortstop. We might be done. At this point, I'm just gonna look at trade proposals. Let's see. No. No. And the Marlins are looking at Ben Williamson for Ryan Gallagher. Yeah, that's a no. I like him though. They're gonna have to wow me, I think. Oh. I do like Edwin Arroyo. But I don't think the Reds are gonna part with him. All right. Don't look now, but Buxton's had a couple pretty good games in a row. He's hitting two. He's now 3 for his last 7. We'll probably have to move him up in the lineup. How's he doing in March? Yeah, he's hitting 2. Okay, so he may have figured out his form. We might be moving him up in the order. I wonder how a lot of it's. Yeah, he's hitting 381, hitting 8th. Oh, all right. Let's head to the trade deadline. All right, we have a trade proposal. Ezekiel Tovar for Byron Buxton. Now, honestly, this is a swap of. I'd rather have Buxton. Yeah. That's one of those where you're like, I don't want to trade for the face of my franchise, you know? All right. Let's start the trade deadline day. I'm looking at the trade block, and let's see. Shane Bieber is still there, but I don't think there's anyone here that like I would like. Let's just see. No. I am considering also maybe picking up some another starter wouldn't hurt me because then I can just take Emmett Sheehan and put it in the bullpen. Bassett got his ass handed to him yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because any excuse to get Mick Abel out of, because Mick Abel is not, well, he needs to be in AAA. And that way I could put him at Sheehan in the bullpen, where he was for most of the year and pitched really well. So what's Mitch Keller's contract? He's a free agent after next year. What's his contract? Ooh, he makes 20 million. No. Aaron Savali, free agent. Fly ball pitcher, no. Okay. That's Shane Bieber. Let's see. I could trade him for Jose Pena. Or even someone like Emmanuel Rodriguez. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. What about Christian Javier? Same kind of pitcher as Bieber. Same salary. Sorry, I can't take on another fly ball pitcher. Okay. I think yeah, too big of a prospect right there. So if I wanted to trade him, I'd have to probably give up someone like Jose Pena. Yeah. Let's see. Let me see how much they'll take on. Oh, they're willing to eat the entire salary. Franklin Arias. Wouldn't this be funny? All right. We're still looking at this trade. We're looking at trading prospect Jose Pena for Shane Bieber, basically a rental. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take this trade. Bieber, Pereira, and Vataski for Jose Pena. So now what I'll do is send McAble down and get him in. There. Yeah, we'll put Emmett Sheehan in the bullpen. So all right. We have a trade proposal. We have a few actually. Ryan Ritter for Dylan Cruz, Nick Madrigal Cohen for Cody Clemens, and then Jose Caballero for this one will be rejected. This one will be rejected. I do like Nick Madrigal. I do like Madrigal as a player, but not that much. And then here, let's see, we got Jose Caballero. He's fine defensively, but I don't. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay. The Braves traded Ronald Acuna. Holy shit. The Braves traded Acuna to Baltimore. Derek Turner. Okay. This is quite the haul, though. That's a pretty good haul, actually. They got a good haul for that. Darren Blanco goes to Sox. Let's see. Kumar Rocker is going to St. Louis. Yeah. So we're done with the trade deadline. I can't believe the Braves traded Acuna, but they got quite a haul out of it. I mean, he did drop a bit in production, but okay. Go ahead and end the trade deadline. We have more trades. Let's see. Justin Reimer, Jose Cabot. Okay. I think I'm gonna turn those. I'm definitely turning that one down. J.P. Crawford for Billy Amrick. What does Luis Gutierrez look like? Okay, I'm gonna turn that trade down. Already. Yeah. Okay. I think I have my team. All right. So that's the trade deadline. Let's go ahead and see. Let's just sim through this day. Okay. And let's see. We'll take a look at how our minors did, and then we'll probably take a look at all that after our ad break. But let's see. Riley Quick was the pitcher of the month in AA. He's flying through our system now. And then Aaron Keys, the Texas League batter of the month, I think. Yeah. Absolutely crushing it. And he's got the bat, he's got the power to hit the big league level. I actually think he's a trade. Well, he's not even a prospect anymore, but let's see. Yeah. He was for a quick minute. Okay. We're 53 and 52, right at the wild card. So we're gonna see how these next couple months go. I'm dropping frames. I don't like that. I don't love that. So let's see how we did in the month of July overall as a team. 14 and 11, so we had our best month. We've been right at 500 for most of the year, so we're still there, but that's getting us into playoff contention. 6th in runs scored for the season, 5th in runs allowed, 30 plus 30 run differential. So we are playing within our We're actually underperforming by 3 games. So we didn't really need to make wholesale changes, but we got rid of some underperformers. I'm gonna take a quick ad break. I'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, y'all, welcome back. We're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to look at how our team performed in July overall and bring some guys up and down. Looking at pitching, we lost again, so we're at 53 and 52 coming in August 1st. Yeah. Let's see. Looking at our lineup, Outman is hitting better. Buxton had a much better July, 254. So I think with the way my lineup's constructed, I could move him up to third. So I want to take a look though down on the farm. Christian Campbell's killing it, 305 average with 8 home runs. Henry Morales is killing it. Kalen Culpepper played well before he got called up. He went back down and killed it. So he's looking like a quad A player. Not good enough for the big leagues, but a really good minor league player. Merrick Houston has struggled. Davalillo is absolutely raking. Morales is absolutely raking. Sean Keys is absolutely raking. Wyatt Sanford is raking. All it. We might be moving some guys up. Rodriguez playing well. The AA team is absolutely on fire. High A, Rivas is doing okay. I'm just looking at batters. Melendez needs some work in A-ball and down in rookie league. I don't think we really. Yeah. Kevin Roberts is doing okay. Easton Autry is struggling a little bit. Shane Murray hasn't played. Oh, he's a rookie. Never mind. Renneria. Castillo, not so much. Castillo might end up dropping. Yeah, he's already dropping down. We picked him up last year. That trade isn't really out like we want it to, but that's fine. Let's see our pitching. For pitching wise, we'll just start here. I don't think there's anybody. Yeah, Villaria. Not playing well. Let's see. I don't think there's any. Yeah. The 2 rookie league pitchers are struggling. Peralta has been solid. Riley Quick is doing really well in AA. Elwanger DeCaro pitching pretty good too in AA. Yeah. I'm just kind of quickly, yeah. So Carter Bolton. Picked him up last year in a trade. And he's pitching really well in AAA. Okay. I want to take a look at my organization, and now we're going to look at our minor league system. Yeah, I think, yeah, he was our second round pick. Just trying to add some guys a short list. We got some relievers we can add to our short list as well. Okay. Okay. A lot more prospects than I did. Oh, we didn't take a. We'll take a look at that report. But honestly, there probably won't be anything on it that I hadn't already out. Okay. Um. Okay. He's almost ready to come out of um the International League. Okay. These are our position ratings. Pretty good across the board, except for shortstop and catcher, but we've really done a good job of upgrading the big league roster too in the last couple years, without sacrificing too much of the big minor leagues. Oh shit. Okay. Here's what I'll do. There's no one at AAA who's about ready to promote, so now I'm gonna see who's ready to go to the International League. Sure enough, Rodriguez and Davalillo will be coming up, as well as Sean Keys. So we're about to gut our other guys will be watching is the rest of my short list, basically. They're all 45s. Our AAA team could be really good next year, what I'm saying. DeCaro could be up. Let's see. And in the Midwest League, so we'll compare to the Texas League. And there's not really. Yeah, Harold Rivas is pretty close, and then we'll look at Florida State League. No one there. Okay. Yeah. So we promoted a couple guys up to AAA. I do want to take a look at my short list real fast. Really, what I want to do here is just make sure that everybody's strategy is right. Well, I guess I can take him off my short list. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we are at August 1st. We are in contention. So we didn't fall off since the All Star break. We kind of held. The team's a lot better. We just got to bring it together. Um, I will do this. Um, there. We'll flip Buxton and Heineman. Heineman can't hit. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So we're at August 1st. Um, I think I've done all the damage I can do today. So what I'll do is next time I'll be on will probably be Sunday. And we'll probably do the off season Sunday. I'll probably just sim the rest of the season, see how it goes offline. Maybe post a couple things online, which I think the links are in the chat if you want to scroll up. So go in there. But I think we're in a good direction. Um, we are in a good direction overall. Yeah. Wallner almost has 30 home runs. Suarez has almost 25. Buxton has 15, but he's really struggling with the old bat, if you will. But his batting metrics aren't terrible. It's just he's just chosen an extreme fly ball route this year, and it's weird. Don't know why. Don't know why he chose the route he did. But I'm gonna go ahead and save it, and I'm gonna log off. And I'll be back on stream Sunday. We'll do the off season. We'll pick up some. We'll figure out what we did wrong for the rest of the season. I'll post. And do I have a links page? No. Okay. Well. Oh, there you go. I don't have a links page, but join Discord if you want to. If not, that's fine too. Thank y'all for hanging out. We had a fun little 2 weeks there. I'll see y'all around. Have a good rest of the day.